Since the Domestic Violence Act of 1996 has been in force, a large number of women have been requesting protection orders against their male abusers. But recently, more men have been applying for protection orders too. This much was revealed in a recently released report of a domestic violence survey conducted by the Red Thread organization.
The majority of the respondents to orders are men. So, in terms of the persons who are applying for orders, women, the persons who are the respondents, meaning the persons against whom, the orders are filed, they're asking for an order against that person, they're men. And this finding is also consistent. It runs across all the years from 1997 to 2017.
Dr. Jewel Thomas delving into the findings of the Domestic Violence Report at the University of Guyana. She explained that these applications by males for protection orders could be divided into two categories. It isn't always a domestic violence situation involving their significant other that pushed them to apply for protection.
Orders against other men, so they're men who are applying for orders against their sons or against brothers or against nephews. There are also orders against women, wives, and ex-girlfriends, but a smaller proportion.
According to Dr. Thomas, over the years, the relationships shared between the applicants and respondents for protection orders remain consistent, with husbands and wives, both categories of being legally married or in a common law union, taking the top spot for protection orders.
And for the purposes of research, you can actually consider those more or less the same in our context. They're the ones who most frequently ask for the orders. Child mothers and child fathers are also frequently mentioned, along with ex-boyfriends and girlfriends. And you may say, what's the distinction between, child mother, child father versus common law relationships or husband and wives relationships? It's that child mother or child father tends to be separated. They don't live in the same house. And there are usually complications involving new relationships and, children and so on.
She added that another alarming revelation is the prevalence of elderly abuse in Guyana, and that the older folks are now trying to get protection orders too.
And there was a group of applications, some elderly persons or friends or their caregivers, over what could be considered elder abuse, either by children or other relatives. And that began to emerge as an issue over the years, more cases of elder abuse.
Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen Macklingam.